First, I'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushua, Ba'Hashem Chakdash. Double honors to our apostles and elder bishop brothers that rule well over the flock and taught us his truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. All you sincere Akim that's laboring in this thing in sincerity. And a few sisters that may be listening. Okay? It's the brother Marikal coming at you with another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua to feed the flock of Israel, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Which we are the Lord's chosen nation of people and the Lord's tribe of Israel. And the only nation on this planet that has salvation coming to us. So, with no further ado, I'm going to get right into it. And I was inspired to do this lesson because, just like, all Israel, man, we under these curses and we in hell, man. And I was just meditating on certain affairs that was like mentally overwhelming. And the spirit, just jumped on me, just always meditating on the scriptures, man. The scriptures says what? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time and the strength of our salvation. And that's what it is from this time and moving forward, man. The wisdom and knowledge is what keeps us stable. Okay? It's the comforter. And that's what we always have to come to realization and remembrance. Letting go of worry, because worry, those mortal thoughts, which I'm gonna flow through the spirit. I'm gonna grab this precept real quick. But those mortal thoughts is what Satan has a hold on, to make us fall. Okay, so real quick, this is 2 Ezra 14 and 13, and it reads, "Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption." Okay, and that's what we ought to do. We got to set our house in order, starting from ourselves. Our spirit, getting out, working on our floors, and even our household in general. It says, verse 14. It says, "Let go from the mortal thoughts." And mortal thoughts, see, the thing about it is, like it says in 1 Peter 5 and 8, it says, "Be sober and vigilant, because Satan, thy adversary, like a roaring lion, is seeking who he may devour." See, the thing about it is, these mortal thoughts, Satan know how to afflict our spirit and our minds with different challenges, just like he did Job. Okay? And that's why the scripture said that things written before our time is written for our learning, because we got to understand that the Lord never let down his men. The scriptures tell you that there's no one that called on the name of the Lord, but the Lord has forsaken. Okay? So it's just a matter of trial and testing your faith. Even I believe in the book of Corinthians, the second book, around the 10th chapter, it speaks about there's no temptation that no man has ever went through, that the Lord has not had an escape route for him to get through. Roughly paraphrasing the scriptures, showing you that the Lord is always going to come through. So let me read the scripture again, right? This is 2 Ezra 14 and 14. It says, "Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man." Okay, we gotta let go of the mortal thoughts. How we gonna eat. How our bills is gonna be taken care of. Obviously, us being in the flesh, we gotta manage and balance out our responsibilities in the flesh and the spirit. But for the most part, it's just keeping the faith of the Lord. And doing what we can do, and the Lord is gonna see us through it, man. We on autopilot at the end of the day. So the Lord's gonna see to it that we good, man. That's the thing. We just have to continue to believe that and let go of those burdens. Like, we can't, worry about Because I know how the Lord, how he'll work is, brothers will just be making it by certain brothers, you know? And brothers will be worried. You know, I speak for myself first. That's why I had to just come and like, man, you just got to let that go and leave it in the hands of the Lord, man. You know, take that burden off and put it on the Lord. You know, the Lord got us. You know, he said he is, and that's a fact, okay? So it says, let go from the mortal thoughts and cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weakened nature. And that's the thing, it's a weakened nature. It's of the flesh. We're not being spiritual when we worrying about mortal affairs. When we worrying about these things that are burdens onto us, you know, maintaining a household. You know, some brothers got family, you know what I mean, where they got to take care of themselves and their children's, okay? You know, brothers got different lots, you know? Brothers in debt, all different type of things, you know? And we get caught up sometimes of that flesh because we're in the chains of darkness, which Satan is in control of, and he'll plague our minds. You know, he'll plague our minds to make us be caught up in that, so we're not in the spirit, man. You know? And that's the thing. You know, what we're supposed to do is look towards these scriptures to guide us through this realm. So I'm going to read it one more time, right? So let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of men, put off the weakened nature. Yeah, we're not being spiritual. We being too consumed in the emotions of the flesh. The scriptures tell you that the Lord makes sure that the birds eat. Okay, and these are animals that he made to be subjected onto his sons and daughters, man. You know? So how much more of us, man, the elect, the Lord's will, found amongst that number, but how much more for the hopeful, like those that's striving to be exempt from that judgment, those that's striving for that penny, those that's striving, you know, to please him, that's sincerely fighting, man. You know, how much more? You know, we see the accounts in the story where numerous amount of times the Lord made miracles happen to feed his people, man. You know, or just to come through in general, you know. And that's the thing. It's a conditioning process that we have to continue to condition ourselves with because we enter into times where Satan is going to try to utilize, you know, utilize that type of weapon, worry, anxiety, you know. Real quick, verse 15, it says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Okay, and that's the thing. We got to set that aside and stay focused on the kingdom. You know, stay locked in. Don't worry about that. The Lord got us, man. You know, the Lord is. See, that's the thing about it is, that's for certain. You know, we doing what we supposed to do. That's pleasing in the eyes of the Lord. He got us. He's not gonna let us. He's not gonna let us starve. He's not gonna, you know. He's gonna make sure the scriptures talk about that. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's in this. Bear with me real quick. I'll get a shot. All right. Hold on. Look here. It's not what I'm looking for, but real quick. This is Psalms 34 and 8. It says, "Oh, test and see that the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, is good. Blessed is the man that trusts in him." You know, that's the thing. all we got to do is trust in the Lord. He got us. He gonna come through without a doubt. He done came through for our forefathers. Okay, and that's why the things written before our time is written for our learning, man. You know, that's all we got to do, man. The Lord is he got us. He said he got us, and he honored his word more than himself. So that show you how golden his word is, man. You know. So we just gotta let go of the worries of this flesh, and just, you know, as warriors, man. You know, like the scriptures talk about the condition of the battle. You know, we just gotta focus on finishing the course, man. Do what we supposed to do. Do what's our duty, man. You know, and the Lord is gonna deal with the mortal affairs, man. You know, that's really the point. You know, be users of the word, not abusers of the world. You gotta do what you gotta do, but don't get caught up in worry, caught up in doubt. That's a demon. Okay, that Satan is putting on you to try to shackle you down into destruction and being faint-hearted. You know, that's what scripture say. Hold steady onto what thou hast have. You know, don't faint in the time of trouble, roughly paraphrasing. You know, because we getting prepped up with these challenging moments, okay, to be able to be solidly spiritual minded in that time. You know, we're getting built up in faith. You know, because that's what's going to ultimately be our test at the end, our faith. You know, the Lord willing was edifying. I'm going to close out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Hashem, Hakadash. Double honor to our apostles and elder bishop brothers who